Right, we've just woken up from Camp 2. There's the nature hike, Monga 2. There's the long shadow, and there's the desert behind. And just here, you can see some glamping tents. That's not for us. But right there, that is the Ras Al Jinz turtle sanctuary. And just the other side of that is a spectacular and secluded and private beach for all kinds of nesting turtles. Olive ridley, leatherback, greenback, loggerhead, they're all there. And we went there last night and had a little tour on the beach and saw a female turtle laying some eggs, struggling, 180 kilos worth of turtle laying eggs, turning around and swimming back into the water. And we saw some baby turtles hatching as well and swimming out to sea. It was amazing. This is what you can get in Oman. You can camp here in the desert, have the screaming hot sun rising in the morning, nobody to disturb you, nobody will bother you, and the place to yourself. Yeah, it looks like a bit of a rough spot. It's not the greatest camp in the world, but they were very kind enough to show us that we can free camp over here. No problem. They even directed us to where the spot was, and they said we can go and use the toilets and everything in the Ras Al Jinz HQ as well over there, which is really beautiful. Another plus point for Oman. Look at this. We got to camp last night. Had a quick nose around. This is where the camp was. I spotted this rock and I thought it was quite interesting, so I come up for a closer look. And look at this. If that is not, I hope you can see this, if that is not a bone right there, around here, in the middle of a rock in the desert, and you can see the other end of it, look at that. Looks just like a bone there, the end of a bone coming right through here. Probably if you chipped all this bit away gently, you could reveal a fossil there, millions of years old, just lying around here in the desert. Amazing. You gotta love deserts. Crazy places. Last night we came down on a little turtle tour to see the turtles at night, and we managed to see one. And this female turtle was digging a hole, burying her eggs, and then we watched her turn around and head back out to sea. It was really spectacular. But it was so pitch dark that we couldn't see a thing. So we've come down again this morning just to have a look at the setting we were in last night. And I've got to say, it is pretty spectacular. Have a look at this. Crazy, crazy rock formations here. Let's get down on the beach and have a look. What a beach this is. Oh man, look at this. This is why we travel. Spectacular. In fact, this is the spot where we saw the turtle last night. I recognize it because of that rock. And we happen to know that this is the nest. That's where she was in, digging the hole, covering eggs that are all here. So underneath here, about a meter deep, I think he said something like 30 to 50 or maybe 100 eggs. And down here I can see the shells of some previous eggs that have hatched. Oh, some of these haven't hatched. They're full. They might have been dug up by predators, look. These are the remnants of a past nest. Look at these crazy rock formations again. So this is what we were seeing last night, but it was too dark to make it all out. And look at the colour on that water. Oh, and there's turtle tracks again, look, from last night. These are actual turtle tracks, and they would have been from last night. That's where the sea was in last night. So this turtle will have come all the way up here, up into this corner, and there would be the nest. You can see where she's finished up at this point and buried eggs under here. And there's another one. This one is from this morning. You can see how fresh that is. So she's dug a nest there. I can tell you what this little line is here. This is her tail on the return journey as she goes back to the sea. And the sea would have been a little bit higher up last night. And last night when we were here, we could only view them by the guide's red torchlight. And the reason he uses a red torchlight is because turtles cannot see the wavelength of the certain wavelength of red that it's in. So anybody that used a flash on their camera or the white light from their camera immediately had their phone confiscated. The guide was extremely strict on that. He took the phone off them straight away. The reason for that is you can blind them, and also they can get disturbed by the white light, confusing it for what would be moonlight or sunlight. And that can cause them to swim or walk or crawl along the beach in the wrong direction. And they actually have a law in Florida where if you have any external lighting near any waterways at the back of your house, it has to be in a certain red nanometer range of the spectrum to make sure that you are not disturbing any nesting turtles. Now, look at this spectacular rocky beach. This is why I love travel. And there's the rest of the beach around the corner. Bit of a geologist stream here, isn't it? I better make sure I don't get cut off by the tide, because I've got to go around that side of the rocks. Tide's coming in fast. I was just wondering why this one changed their mind there. My theory is they've come up the beach, realised they've hit a dead end, and that they're not far enough up away from the water. So if the sea comes in and washes up, it might actually wash the eggs away and reveal them. So she's changed her mind and gone back to find another location. What do you think? Does that sound feasible? Let me know. I'd love to know what you think of that. These turtle tracks are probably from a green turtle, but on this beach and all along this coastline for, I think, several hundred miles, he said last night, turtles nest all along the beach where there are sandy beaches. And only this particular stretch from up there down to the end of the beach there is fully protected for them. The other areas, they do have protection, but not to this level. And on this beach, tracks like that will be made by green turtles, leatherback turtles, loggerhead turtles, olive ridley turtles. They're all here. It's a bit of an unusual spot because all turtle types will nest on this beach. All around this little spot I've just found on the beach are little like holes dug out all around me, surrounding me, there, here in front of me, there. They are everywhere here. Look, it's like little bomb craters from the war. I would say these were probably old nests. There you go. So a turtle would have been down here digging, flapping, throwing the sand up there, and then eventually turn around and head back, what, 15, 20 meters to the ocean after an exhausting night here laying eggs. And they just go on and on and on. There, all the way along. What an absolutely mind-blowing place. And today we move on to a new camp. And this camp is going to be a bit different to the typical free camping setup. We have something special lined up. And the scenery is probably going to look a little bit different to this one.
From desert, I'm Russian.
Woo, look at this. Woman down. Oh my God! Don't mind falling to V8 in the desert. No rules in the desert, he says.